Welcome to Discussions in the Afterlife. I'm Jim, and welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about coming and going. Beginning of December, I think it was December 2nd, I did a study here in the house. The study is where we spread recorders all around the house in specific locations. And we ask questions. We're real quiet, wait for an answer. Record the answers, and we move on to the next question. I did a study, and we recorded a man downstairs. He wasn't answering a question. He was just saying, he was talking to somebody. Move came in the window. He came in the window? That is, Colleen and I know that they use the doors. They use in and out of her front door, her side door. There's only one door in this house. We know they use it. I mean, the door doesn't swing open and close behind them, but they use those entrance ways just like we do. We know that. So we thought it was weird that this guy would climb through the window when the door is 6 feet away. So, at Colleen's house, we recorded a woman one time in the hallway, leading towards her side door. She said, "Jim, you get back here." Was our father, Jim, trying to sneak out the side door away from the study Colleen was doing? Yeah, in this house, there's only one door. Downstairs, it leads into a foyer. Across the foyer is a real wide flight of stairs. It comes up here to the living quarters, the second floor. Last year, I recorded a man at the top of steps shouting downstairs. "Upstairs, Mike," he says, as if Mike was lost in the foyer. Things have got to look a little different in the afterlife than they do for us humans. So on Christmas Day, I did a study asking about this subject, and the language gets a little rough at times if you got kids with you here. Heads up, man. So on Christmas Day, I spread the recorders around. They always go in the same spots. I sit down on the sofa. I wish everybody a Merry Christmas. It was in the late afternoon. They wish me Merry Christmas back, 3 of them. So I tell the house the story about the guy coming through the window. And I got my notes, and I ask, why didn't he use the door just a few feet away? A man downstairs, shocking to me. A man in the kitchen replies, "I don't know why the guy didn't use the door." A man in the spare room exclaims, "How fucked up is that?" A man over at the steps, at the top of the steps, "Fucking stab you, Jim." He ain't talking to me. He's talking to our Father. There's no doubt. A man downstairs, it was the amateurs. So they have pretty strong opinions about climbing through the window when you can just use the door. I switch subjects a little bit, and I ask them which door do they prefer to use at Colleen's house. A woman downstairs in this house responds, "The old front door step." I'm not real sure what she's saying there. Colleen's house isn't any older. Both these houses are new. This house and Colleen's house, like 17, 18 years. So there's not old front doors. I don't know. A man at the steps in this house says, "I think I always go out the front door." You know, ladies and gentlemen, that is also a testimony to the fact that he travels back and forth between this house and Colleen's house. Probably with me. When I go, a lot of them go with me. But he remembers, he knows. A man downstairs here says, front door, I see her. So yes, he uses Colleen's front door, and during a study, yes, you can see her. She's sitting on the couch to the right as you come through that door. So it looks like the front door is the most popular door at her house. Lately, I was asking, a couple weeks ago, I was asking about a different process in the afterlife, just some the questions that Colleen and I find curious. And a man replied then, he was downstairs, which works. We don't know. We don't have freedom of movement. I mentioned this comment during the last video. It's really important. Number one, the fellas downstairs, the lowest level of the house, and without freedom of movement, he's telling us he's a lower level person. That's what he's saying. He doesn't have freedom of movement. All these other people do. They can come and go. The big shots, the likes of our grandfather, Colleen and I's grandfather, Jim Finnegan, he can go back and forth easily between Colleen's house and this house. He does it all the time. But I asked, on Christmas Day, I asked about this comment, about how do they travel if they don't have freedom of movement? And a man replies straight away, that's taboo. Another guy tells me, Jim, they left. A woman in the spare room replies, I do not know about that. Well, they're not giving us a lot of information there, but it's a thing. There's no doubt about it. And the fact that they left, well, they do have some kind of movement. Maybe not individual movement, yeah. Panamanians love fireworks. They will spend a fortune between Christmas and today, New Year's Eve, on fireworks. It's insanity. And on this porch you can see behind me, I get one of the greatest shows just sitting here by myself. It's wonderful. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 51st video. I started this last January, so it's about a year old. And we're doing well. The goal was 100 subscribers. We're over 100, and we'd like to get way over 100. So if you can help us out, go ahead, hit that button, bottom right, and give us a thumbs up. Do whatever you can do to help promote us. Come on, we're all friends here. Thanks very much, everybody. We'll see you soon.